happening, everybody? Welcome and good morning. We're in Los Angeles this morning. It's about 8 o'clock. What's today's date? Anybody?
23rd.
23rd.
Oh, it's my wedding anniversary.
Yeah, well, that's fantastic. This is Mike Marino live from my mother's basement. I'm in Los Angeles this morning. I'm not broadcasting from New Jersey.
Born in 1998.
I'm actually going to be on one of my favorite radio talk shows this morning here in Los Angeles. It's Controlled Chaos with the legend himself, Gary Garver. Gary,
Hey!
say hello to everybody around the world and especially everybody in New Jersey who's watching Mike Marino live from my mother's basement.
Check out
now,
the hot chick, forget me.
What?
I mean, nobody cares about me, Mike.
All right, well, don't worry. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to all of that. First, we got to get these logos.
All right.
There it is, Controlled Chaos, nice big logo. The legendary radio guy here in California, Gary Garver. I'm his special guest, and here is a special guest that's also going to be on Gary's show, and this is
Sutherland.
Kendra Sutherland. We're going to get a double interview here this morning. Gary's going to interview her. Well, I'm not going to interview her. I'm just going to listen, but we're going to get to watch this all around the world, live from Los Angeles, 8 o'clock in the morning. Thank you, everybody, for listening in. And don't forget, Mike Marino live from my mother's basement every Thursday night at 8 o'clock on ddvradio.com.
Is that Pacific or Eastern?
It's Eastern time. See, I was corrected by the professional because I didn't say East Coast time. But yes, East Coast time, which would be 5 o'clock on the West Coast. And here goes the show.
All right, Mike.
Right now,
Here we go.
we're listening to music. KCAA Talk Radio. Check that out. We're going live on the radio. People are driving around listening in their cars.
All right, Mike, here we go. Yeah. It's a hump day. Controlled Chaos. KCAA 1050 AM, 106.5, 102.3 FM in the Inland Empire. Also, W4CY.com, K4HD.com. And check out the show on iHeartRadio, iHeart.com. I'm Gary Garver. Hopefully you're having a good start to your morning. Today is a big day, people. Powerball. Yes, look on this Powerball thing. $750 million out there for grabs. And of course, I don't know if you're watching KCAAradio.com, but I do have a winning ticket here. Yes, I have a winning Powerball ticket right here for $4. Okay, so anyways.
I was going to say, how'd you get a winning ticket?
Yeah, will you talk?
Oh, sorry about that.
All right. I played it last Saturday, and I actually picked the. I didn't really pick it. They pick it for you, but I picked the Powerball. Whatever the one Powerball thing. You know, the Powerball number. They pay you $4 for it. You know what I mean? So anyway.
I actually don't know anything about gambling. I call this gambling. I've never bought a lottery ticket.
You never bought a lottery ticket? Anyways,
and I come from an Italian family.
Well, listen, we got a great show today. We've got two great guests in the studio. We have the great, my buddy, my brother from another mother. How are you, Michael?
Thank you very much. It's great to be back on your show as always, and I'm happy to be here. And just so you know, everybody, I flew in yesterday and came right to the Gary Garver show. That's how much I love being on this show.
Well, thank you, man. Listen,
thank you.
And you have a couple gigs coming up in
that's right,
in North Hollywood and in Vegas too. And we'll talk to.
You know what? You should come to Vegas.
I would love to come to Vegas, man. I should. Maybe I will.
Every time we talk about you coming to Vegas, you don't come.
Well, you know what, man? It's hard for me because I'm taking care of my brother. So
right,
I'm going to make arrangements and do this whole thing. But let me see if I can swing a day, get a free day or something like that, and I'll come out there and party a little bit.
Well, if I could be so bold, I want to tell all my followers and listeners that Gary Garver is actually coming to watch me perform Friday night.
Yes.
At the Ha Ha Comedy Club in North Hollywood, California. He's coming with his brother. They're two of my great friends, and we have a lot of fun. So if you want to come and meet Gary Garver, he will be at the show at the Ha Ha.
Believe me, they love you, Mike.
All right.
I just walk right out the door. I walk in and walk right out. Nobody says
we should broadcast live from there.
Oh, we should, maybe one day. And listen, we got a great guest too. She's a beautiful woman. Thank you for showing up this early because usually adult stars don't show up at 8 o'clock in the morning. But I want to thank Kendra Sutherland. Kendra, excuse me. Did I say Kevin?
It sounded like Kevin. You got a little nervous there, Gary.
I know. She's so beautiful.
He got nervous.
My mind is blown. Hey, Kendra, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
So, Kendra, Mike, we'll talk about your gigs in a minute. I want to talk to Kendra for a second.
You got it. Talk to her as long as you want. It's your show, buddy.
It is, right. I forgot. Are you going to play the Powerball tonight? By the way?
No.
You don't do the Powerball
Gambling
lately?
gives me anxiety when I think about like losing money.
Really?
Yeah, I just thought like maybe it'll happen, and then if it doesn't happen, I get so disappointed.
You're bummed out about it. And Mike, you've never played the Powerball?
Well, you know what? I get a little nervous like Kendra gets nervous. But I don't get nervous about playing Powerball. I get nervous about other things.
All right, that's what I'm saying. Powerball, you throw $10 in there, and if you win imagine winning $750 million. Just in case, Kendra, let's say you played it. You know, you want to gamble a little bit. $2. You got $2, right?
Yeah.
You know, if
She laughs at $2.
It's $2 ticket. All right. Anyways, what would you change your life completely if you won $750 million?
Yeah, I mean, I would have a lot of people that I would help first, are like worse off than me and my family and stuff. But I mean, then I would probably like buy a car that I've always wanted, or like a house somewhere.
Yeah. How about you, Mike?
You know what? That's so nice the way she said that. She would help other people. She would buy a car. I'd take all that money and call everybody that I can't stand and say, go screw. That's exactly how I would do it. I would do it live from the Gary Garver show. I would do it live from my show. I would go all around the world and say, oh, excuse me, I just wanted to tell you one thing. You go screw, okay?
Hey, you know what? I would do the same damn thing. Well, first of all, I would disappear. Nobody would hear from me again, and then anybody that I really liked, they would hear from me. I'd like my handful of friends, you know what I mean? And then I'd invite them into the island that I bought somewhere, you know, and we'd all throw a party and have a great time, smoke a lot of weed and drink, and you know, and just enjoy the beach and things like that.
I mean, $7 million. You buy your own island. You fly it.
$50 million.
All right, $50 million. Who needs the extra $50 million?
$750 million.
If I had $700 million, I'd give the $50 million away to the guy down the block who can't get a cup of coffee for $2.
I agree. I would give a lot of money to the homeless because I'm not a big fan of it, but I mean, you know, I'm a big fan of the people that help the homeless out, like the LA Mission and stuff like that.
Exactly.
I would do that, and of course, give my family money and give some friends who needed some money, and then I would just bail out, man. Just get the hell out of here, you know. And you never maybe do radio a little bit from whatever island I bought.
Now here's what we're going to do as a group. We get $750 million. The first thing we do is we buy the White House and kick everybody out. Get out. You can't stay here anymore.
Right.
And then we paint it a different color just to screw with everybody's mind.
Exactly.
And then we have live from
like the studio. We'll paint it like the studio.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching, the color in this studio is really to be spoken about.
Hey, you know what? I was hungover when I painted this place. Okay, so just relax.
You had to have been hungover when you went to Home Depot to buy this paint.
Well, listen, it is what it is. But anyways, I believe we should change the White House. You know, maybe we could throw the president out or something like that. You know?
Get out. All right. Well, hey.
Right, you would. That's it. There you go. That's a good idea. Kendra would punch Trump right in the face, right in the kisser.
I gotta be
I would
honest.
say the balls, but I don't think he has them.
Oh, well, we don't know.
All right, this is really good though. I like the way she said. I'd punch him in the face for $750 million. I could use the money to get me out of jail. She wouldn't need that kind of money.
Exactly.
She'd need the $2 she was going to give away to the homeless guy. That's
exactly.
it. Or to play the game. Play the game
tonight. Powerball tonight. $750 million. And of course, I'm going to go. You know, go buy some tickets. I'm gonna buy $10 worth of tickets, man. Big deal. It is what it is. Well, listen, we got a cool show. Great to see both of you guys here. Kendra, now let me ask you something. First of all, how old are you?
22.
Okay, 22. Now, I guess you're famous or infamous. What would you rather be called, famous or infamous? For the
What's the difference?
Well,
That's a good question.
You know, Trump is infamous, I guess. He's famous and infamous. Infamous sort of means that you're like did something shady or something like that. You're infamous for like robbing banks or killing somebody. Like Charles Manson's infamous. You know, and he's famous, but he's infamous for committing murders and things. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't commit murders. So
you're famous. Okay, you're famous. So you're
I
basically.
don't like saying that either. It's weird.
Famous? Well, you're known for. How about known for?
Well known.
Okay, well known for. What are you? You're well known for. I guess you were going to college. Is this correct? At Salem University.
I'm from Salem, but it was Oregon State University, the Beavers, and I just...
The Beavers, that works perfect for you.
Uh-oh. Here comes the comedy, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Hey, yo! All right,
Controlled Chaos.
All right, so you were going to college, and I guess you were, what, at the library or something like that?
Yeah, I started webcamming, and I did a webcam show in my school library, and then someone later recorded it and posted it with my real name and everything, and then it was on the news and it just like blew up.
So you were webcamming before that?
Yeah, I mean, I started webcamming about 2 days before that happened, and then I went and did it, and then it was 2 months later that someone posted it.
What possessed you to go to the library? I mean, maybe
Money.
somebody paid you for that, doing that, or what?
No, but they were like, oh, you'd get a lot more viewers and more money if you went someplace public, and they said Starbucks, and I was like, everyone's gonna see me at a Starbucks, but I was living like on campus, so the library was the closest thing, and it seemed perfect.
Wow. So you did. So how much did these guys? Well, first, I just want. How much did they pay you to like webcam? First of all, if you don't know what webcamming is, basically guys can interact with you, right?
Yeah, they can tip you. So it depends. Someone can tip me like $200, and some people don't tip at all. It just depends. But I think
Oh, it's not like $4.99 a minute or some crap.
It is when you take me private, and then you're paying per minute, and I normally do about $5 a minute.
$5 a minute, yeah, $4.99, $5 a minute. Okay, but anyways, this basically was a public type thing. This public webcam.
Public indecency.
Public indecency, and you actually got arrested for this, right?
Yeah, I did. I got charged with public indecency.
So what? You did the webcam. How long were you in the library for?
It was just a few hours, like...
Just a few hours of what, masturbation?
It was just playful, like, teasing.
Mike, have you ever masturbated for a few hours?
I've never even been in the library. I don't know where it is. Where is this library? I need to get paid.
It's up north. It's at Oregon State, the Beavers. The Beavers.
I once looked up the Dewey Decimal System. Is that part of this?
All right, so you were in the library for a few hours?
Yeah, I mean, I was just like playing around and teasing. Like I'd flash for like probably 20 minutes, and then like just play around and stuff, and just
So you weren't getting naked then, or were you?
No, I was just like flash, but then I would put my clothes back on.
Okay, so you just listen. Who hasn't seen a flash before? I mean, come on, that you can do that in Mike. You can do it at the Ha Ha's Cafe, right? Friday night, Mike, right? 8 p.m. show?
If I can get $200 to flash my junk at the Ha Ha, everybody should come. I'm ready to flash. We'll even make it look like a library.
Well, we're talking about women. Women can flash there, though. That's what I'm saying. They would be thrown out for indecent exposure.
Yeah, but women can't be topless at a pool, and like guys can have their shirts off and their nipples showing, but women can't.
Yeah, isn't that?
Well, I think it looks a little different.
Well, you know what? I'm all for women being topless
different.
at pools. You know what I mean? Or they can be. I think women can be topless anywhere. Why not? It is. It's not. It's not fair for women not to be topless, Mike. I think women should walk around topless. It's very hot out here in Southern California.
Well,
okay?
Tan lines.
Yeah, well, who needs a tan line? That's why. But men should never be able to walk around without their pants on, because that's disgusting.
Well, of course.
Well, that's different.
It's very different.
Well, that'd be showing. Yeah, exactly.
It's disgusting.
Well, I mean, you gotta be very careful how you
This
say
is a
it.
clean show.
Penis. You can use penis.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, anyway, so you got arrested, and then you got all this notoriety, and lo and behold, you became this big star, I guess, correct?
Yes.
So what happened? So you got arrested. It was all over the news, and then I guess you were approached to do adult films.
Yeah, I mean, I did conventions and feature dance and stuff like that just as the library girl for a few years, and then about a year ago I started doing adult films.
So are you happy doing these things?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely very, very lucky, because right when I started out, like the best in the business, Greg Lansky, wanted me to do my first scene to open a new site for Vixen, and then I was contracted to him not long after that. So I've only worked for him. I don't know what it's like to go to a terrible set and have a terrible director that's just rude, and you have to do things you don't want to do. I don't know what that's like.
Like my buddy Will Ryder. You know who Will Ryder is?
Yeah.
Of course.
I'm staying quiet.
Okay, well, I love him. He's one of my best friends, actually. And David and Scott David. But anyways, listen, we're going to take a break, and then we're going to talk more about being in the adult business. Mike, you've got a show happening this Friday at Ha Ha's Cafe
This
in
Friday.
Hollywood.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to talk about maybe you making a run for the presidency again in 2020 because, I mean,
I'm definitely going to make it happen. We're going to win $750 million. I'm going to be the new president of the United States, and then I'm going to go to the library and start flashing to get some views.
Yeah, you should. You know what I mean? Maybe you can get arrested and become famous, you know, just like Kendra.
The best way to get famous today and infamous is to get arrested.
Absolutely. I agree. All right, Controlled Chaos. We'll be back with more chaos right after this.
Hilarious. I'm sorry I haven't been answering any of these questions, but I'm live on the Gary Garver show, and he's running this show, he's running this interview, and he's running this interview extremely well. This is not only extremely interesting, the world that we're not extremely familiar about, but it's very funny and hilarious, and she's a great guest. She seems so innocent. Oh, well, you know, I just went to the library to take out a book, and before you know it, I'm making millions of dollars, and I'm going to jail. I don't even know what happened. Isn't this a great show? I don't know why he calls his show Controlled Chaos, because there's no control in here at all, and there's a lot of chaos. And look at the colors of the wall. There's a bright blue, a mustard yellow, and the white that everybody forgot to paint. Anyway, so we're having a lot of fun this morning here on Controlled Chaos, the Gary Garver show, and this is Mike Marino live from my mother's basement. You're also listening to us now on ddvradio.com every Thursday night at 8 o'clock on the East Coast, so says Gary Garver, and 5 o'clock on the West Coast. I actually am doing a double show right now, so if you're listening and you're watching, I got the legendary voice, Gary Garver.
Please stop.
He's famous. He doesn't like being called famous. He's not infamous, he's famous. If he hangs around with me any longer, he's going to become infamous because God knows what we're going to do in the future. And Kendra here is going to take us into the infamous, famous realm. She can't broadcast right now because she forgot her iPhone power cord, and she's going to run out of energy in the next 30 seconds. Well, it's dead now. You heard it live from Kendra. It's dead. But she lives in, well, I'm not going to say where she lives.
Don't you hear a remote here? Listen. I got you running on my show.
Oh, wow. Can you hear this? That's right, we're talking about my new TV series, Marino 2016. We start shooting in September. It's going to be called Hey Marino. It's all about me and my funny comedian friends running for President of the United States. Now, last year when we were running for President of the United States, we thought we had a chance, but we lost. We did the confession speech, and Trump took over.
You're not a Trump fan.
But now, we're going to start running again, because in the next 6 months, you're going to need me. You're going to need me. I'm going into the White House. I'm going to run the country. We're going to broadcast live shows with Gary Garver, and Kendra is going to have her own library inside the White House from now on.
Yeah, okay.
We're going to have
the presidential library.
The presidential library. You could do anything you want in the presidential library. If you want to flash, if you want to take a picture of the flash, if you want to make $4.99 a second, something like that. I really don't know what they're talking about. It doesn't matter because we're live. Live from my mother's basement. If my mother was watching this show right now, she said, Michael, put your phone down. Put your phone down. Put your phone down. And Gary Garver.
All right, there we go.
If I could say this while we're broadcasting live, I was on the East Coast, and I was hanging around with Sal Valentinetti from America's Got Talent because we were touring, we were doing big shows. When Sal said that he was coming to California, I said to him and his dad, I can get you on the Gary Garver show. And his father goes, you mean the famous Gary Garver? He did do this. He didn't say infamous. He said famous. You mean the famous Gary Garver from the Howard Stern show? The guy who went around on the streets and took big, big chances? And I'm like, yes, that's him. Don't you love that? He's so shy.
Oh, Mike, we're going to start the show in a minute.
All right, we're going back live.
Going back live. Have people sending any shit? What they say?
They're right.
Tell me what the
This is Vin Manfred. He just said, bah, ha, ha, I can't take it.
I can't take it.
Keep writing in, folks. We love your comments. We love your notes. And go to the library on a daily basis. Kendra for librarian. See, somebody's writing in now. What's up, Ben? Don't forget, come to the show Friday night. August 25, 8 o'clock, Ha Ha Comedy Club, North Hollywood, California.
Yeah. This is what I did for Stern. These are my Stern interviews. Yeah. This is what
Brandon Bruno, what's happening, man? Thank you for sponsoring the show. RockstarClothing.com.
we go. All right, it's Controlled Chaos, KCAA 1050 AM, 106.5, 102.3 FM in the Inland Empire. I'm Garver here with comedian Mike Marino.
What's up?
Buddy. Yeah, what's up, brother? You're going to be doing shows at Ha-Ha's, well, a show at Ha-Ha's Cafe in North Hollywood this Friday night, 8 p.m.
That's right.
Looking forward to that, and also you're going to be in Vegas, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And we also have the beautiful adult star, Kendra Sutherland. She is, by the way, Kendra, yes, that was me interviewing Gary Coleman. You went on the Howard Stern show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I used to do for Stern. I used to do celebrity interviews and ask them nutty questions. Well, I don't know how cool it was, but
That's awesome.
well, thank you, but it was a tough road there. It was a tough road. So, anyways, Mike, listen, I don't know what's going on, and we're going to talk about this with Kendra too, about the President of the United States. Everybody's like, I'm ready for him to be gone. I think everybody's ready for him to be gone. I watched his speech last night, and it's the same old rhetoric. You know what I mean? He keeps on repeating his same stances over and over again, building the wall, and how the fake news media and all this crapola, taking shots at the Republicans. John McCain, he was in Arizona yesterday. I mean, his approval rating has hit a new low. Now, 39% of Americans do not approve of what he's handling or how he's handling the presidency. You took a run for president of the United States. I voted for you. I actually wrote Mike in, Kendra.
I would have done that if I would have known.
I'm telling you, and Hillary Clinton actually has come out with a book about how she lost. No one cares. I'm sure it's going to be a bestseller, but no one cares about Hillary Clinton. And she said she got the creeps when Donald Trump was following her during the debates and things like that. But what do you think we should do about Trump, Mike? I mean, what's the answer here? Do we impeach him? Do we just deal with this guy for the next 3 years? I mean, Kendra wants to go hit him in the face. I'll bail you out if you do that, Kendra.
Perfect.
And plus you're hot. I'm sure he'd love you to have you come down.
Yeah.
So what?
It's really a catch-22 because I was saying for a very long time I would have made a great president of the United States, me and the boys. Tony, Nikki, Salvi, Joey, Anthony. We go in there, we run the country like the mob's supposed to run the country. You don't know none, you don't see nothing, you don't say nothing. Make America Italian again. That's the way you do it. And you don't go on television making all these stupid speeches that go nowhere. You get on TV and you say, you know what, I'll take care of it, don't worry. And then you go back to your favorite programming, like the Gary Garver Show, live from the White House, and Kendra in the library. I know what I'm doing. See how simple I make these things?
That would be great. Kendra in the library, you could do your webcam there, from the White. You know how much money you would make, Kendra?
Great advertising.
If you could do
Beautiful advertising.
webcam from the White House.
That'd be awesome.
You would be rolling in
Listen,
the dough.
you heard of the first lady? Now we got the first librarian. Something brand new.
Exactly.
We paint it up nice. She goes in there. The walls are pink with some puffy pillows. And we got some income coming. Let the girl do what she wants to do. She went to wherever she went and got this deal. So away we go. Salem University. She got the education, right? And she only works with the best directors.
There you go.
And then there's something else. Now, everybody says, how do we get rid of Trump?
Yeah,
do you impeach him? Do we say, oh, the approval rating is no good? Let me take care of that.
Okay.
I know how to get rid of somebody.
You know how to get rid of him?
Yeah, we go in there, we have a sit down, we talk, we take him to Vegas for the weekend, show him a show or two, and then he disappears. And then we say we don't know what happened.
We don't know what happened to Trump.
But he's gone. We took over. Here we go.
And then you take over, right?
How nice.
I love that.
Run the country.
It is really crazy. Kendra, I mean, you said you want to punch him in the face. I mean, what do you think about, you're 22 years old. I mean, me and Mike are in our, later stages. But, not that old. I mean, we're
30s.
30s, yeah, sure. I wish. Anyways, I've been in the business. Kendra, what do you think? What do young people think about this whole situation? And why do we have Trump in the White House? Is it because what the hell is going on
It's
here?
because, Trump, I just don't like racist, sexist, rude, full of themselves people. And, it's just that people that were so pro-Trump, that they were so adamant about it, that they went out and voted, that they did that. And then everyone else, like me, that was like, I don't know, I don't want Hillary, and I don't want Trump. They didn't vote at all because they didn't want to vote for either of them. And that's how Trump won, is because all the freaking haters in the world, they went out and actually did something about it, and none of us did.
I agree 100% with you. You're absolutely right.
Yep.
Most people didn't like Hillary Clinton either because nobody liked her because she was very arrogant and stuff like that. I couldn't vote for her either. You know what I mean? And but I couldn't vote for Trump because Trump was just. I knew back in the day. I mean, when he first started running, you know, I mean, he was just saying all these racist things and stuff like that, and it was bizarre. And now it continues on with this, you know, with the alt-right, and how many people has he fired? It seems like The Apprentice, man. You know what I mean? You're fired. You're fired. You're fired.
Half the people are running. They're like, I got to get out of here before he fires me. You know?
I mean, seriously, everybody's getting fired. I mean, it's crazy. It's total chaos in the White House. I mean, you know, people are calling it, saying he's unstable, he's getting dementia. I mean, it's nuts. And this is the President of the United States. I mean, this guy's got the finger on the nuclear bombs, man. He could just, and, you know, it's crazy. So anyways, I mean, Mike, you got to get the bad out.
You know what? I really should be running the country. I should be running the country. I would look nice on television, double-breasted suits, nice Armani, slick. I look good every day. You make up a nice tie. He wears the same thing every day. It's
Right, it's
ridiculous.
The same stupid red tie, right?
With all the money you got, you fix your hair up. You know what I mean? Get a haircut.
What's
Find
up with
a
his hair,
stylist.
by the way? What is up with his hair? He has to dye his hair, right? I mean, totally. That's a dye job.
I'm sure he dyes his hair or he pays somebody to dye it. Now, whoever he's paying to do his hair, that's who he should fire first. Fire the hair guy. Get a haircut.
Right?
Go around the ear. Get some Italian gay guy to come in there and cut your hair.
I'm telling you, man, the guy it's insane, man. The whole world is. I think it's causing a lot of insanity among the human race, man.
Well, yeah.
I mean, you know, everybody's stressed out. Everybody feels stressed out. I know I feel stressed out, and I think some of it has to do with what's going on in the White House and how our you know, president is running things.
Well, all these protests in the street and people yelling and screaming and fighting each other, that's why I really should be president. Because if there was a protest and I was president, you know what I'd do? I'd say to the cops, look, you got the weekend off, don't do anything, just stay home. And I'll tell the people against the protest, stay in the house, because if people protest and there's nobody to yell at, it falls on zero.
Right.
Nothing happens now.
Exactly.
It goes on deaf ears. Nobody can listen to you.
You're right.
So
and not have the media cover it either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't cover the protest. Don't cover any of this crap. The protesters should stay home. Let these idiots do it like these alt-right, these Nazis, and all these white supremacists. If they didn't get any coverage and nobody even paid attention to them, guess what? It'd be over. Nothing would happen. But then they give them power by covering this stuff. The media covers it, gives them power. The protesters come out, give them power by fighting with them.
Yeah.
And then their whole buildup goes. You know what I mean? So you're right. If you just ignore these cats.
How funny would it be if all of a sudden there's 500 people going down the street and all of a sudden you hear, hey, Joey, there's nobody here. should we break the glass in that door? No, let's just go home because this ain't working.
Yeah, exactly.
It would be hilarious.
I agree 100%, man.
They'd be like, where do you think the people are? I think they're in the library.
I mean, I think they're watching the library. They're watching Kendra in the library.
They're home watching Kendra.
In the library. So listen, Kendra, you're the Vixen, what was it, Vixen of the Year or something like that?
Angel of the Year.
Okay, for Vixen, was that like a Vivid or is that what's
yeah,
Vixen?
like every Vixen is just a really high quality website and stuff, and it's like, it has no niche, there's like everything on there, but they have a Vixen Angel every month, and then I was the first one back in August, and then in January I became the Vixen Angel of the Year, and you get like a fleshlight and this like diamond V necklace.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So and now you're doing adult films. Now, do you like doing these?
Yeah, I do. I definitely, like, at the beginning I said I wouldn't do them just because I really felt that I didn't want to, and then I kind of was curious. I kind of wanted to, like, try it out, and then once Greg hit me up, and I knew I wouldn't have, like, any better offer than that, so I took it.
All right. Well, then I guess you're making money doing it. I mean, you got a contract and this and that. So, do you plan on doing it for a long time, or you have any time frame on it?
No, I kind of, like, my whole life just kind of happened out of the blue, so I kind of just go with the flow these days, not really plan things, but I've never wanted to get into the industry to be in it for the long run. Like, I'm not worried about, should I hold out on doing this to make it last longer? Like, no, if I want to do something, I'll do it, because I don't want to be in the industry forever. I kind of want to go mainstream or do something.
What do you want to do? What if you could be somebody or something? What would you like to be? An actress.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, you are doing acting.
I know. I want to be more than just like an actress.
You want to be a mainstream actress.
Yeah. I mean, like big films and TV shows and stuff.
Well, I mean, you got a shot at it. I mean, I know it's hard, but once you get in the adult business, I mean, you sort of get, to be perfectly honest, you sort of get labeled that way. I mean, aren't you afraid of being labeled by doing adult? I mean, doing a webcam is one thing, but doing adult films is a whole different
Yeah,
story.
I'm a little worried about it, but like to me, I don't think it's a big deal, and I know that there's people out there that would be like, who cares? But I know that there's enough people out there that would be like, we don't want our kids seeing this, looking at their favorite actress and finding this, and like.
Yeah.
Kids are gonna look at porn one day eventually, so why are you trying to stop them?
Yeah, I think it's getting a little bit more accepted. I'll say the adult business and going to the mainstream. Do you take acting lessons and do all this stuff? Yeah.
I do, yeah. I've heard of other porn stars that have gone off and to be into like other films, like movies and stuff.
Yeah,
TV shows.
Sasha Grey was one of them.
Katie Morgan.
Yeah, there's been a few. Yeah, there's been a few.
Amber Lynn has a radio show.
Yeah, you're right.
Just thought I'd put that out there.
You're going to be on.
I'm going to be on Amber Lynn's radio show tomorrow.
Don't name the place where you're going to be because I can't stand the owner of the place. Me and your buddy Fat James, my brother Fat James, our brother Fat James, me and him did a show for that internet radio piece of crap, and the guy basically came to me and said, "Hey man, I want you to do a radio show," and I go, "Can I say anything? Do anything I want?" And he goes, "Yeah, of course you can." So I did, and he got pissed off, and we had a, so we don't, whatever. The guys. Anyways, go enjoy that internet radio show. Whatever.
Hey, I just want everybody to know that I play adult communities.
You do?
Yeah.
You play senior homes by any chance?
Adult communities, especially in Florida.
All right, listen, we got
Friday nights at 7.
Okay, we got to take a break. We'll be back after this.
So you're watching and you're listening. Oh, here comes a lot of emails. Okay, this is cool. You're watching and you're listening. Me live on the Gary Garver Show. We're having a lot of fun here in Los Angeles this morning between 8 and 9 o'clock. Also live from my mother's basement and on ddvradio.com every Thursday night at 8 o'clock.
We'll talk about that.
And we're sitting here with Kendra, who's absolutely hilarious. She's a lot of fun to hang around
Your
with.
explanation about what happened with the presidents, that was good.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I
She's
feel.
spot on. Spot on, because, I remember, well, who are we going to vote for? And then I said, you know what, I might as well just vote for myself. Because I don't like either candidate. So we're having a lot of fun. Thank you, everybody, for watching and listening to, okay, my friend, he hates when we call him famous or infamous, the Gary Garver Show. But we are plugging him on 2 different stations, My Life from My Mother's Basement right here on Facebook Live, and also ddvradio.com. And Kendra, you want to plug something on my show? Go ahead, say anything where we can watch you in the future.
You can find me on Vixen.com, Black.com, Twitter at KS Library Girl, Instagram, The Real Kendra Sutherland. Yeah.
That's a lot of social media.
That is.
You can find her anywhere.
Yeah.
And if you go to a library in your neighborhood, you never know what you're going to find. She's behind the books, aisle 3, shelf B32, adult language books. Do they even have that anymore?
You didn't see the books. The books were an afterthought.
Well, listen, everybody, I got to get going from my show. We're going to continue talking here on the Gary Garver Show for a little while. Don't forget, if you're here in California, Friday night, August 25, come down, check me out at the Ha Ha Comedy Club in North Hollywood. We're going to have a lot of fun. Also, Sunday night, I'm going to be at the Laugh Factory in Long Beach, California. Then starting on Monday, the 28th, August 28th through September 3, I will be at the Laugh Factory inside the Tropicana Casino in Las Vegas, Nevada. Keep on watching Mike Marino live on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and all of that good stuff. Keep on listening to my friend Gary Garver because he's got a great show. I love coming on the show, and you can meet him in person at the Ha Ha Comedy Club Friday night, the 25th. Come and say hello to Gary. And if we can get Kendra to come, she'll come down.
Yeah.
I mean, if we can get her to visit. I don't know if anybody caught that. If we can get her to come and see the show on Friday night, you can get an autograph. Well, can I say that? yes, you can get an autograph from Kendra. She'll be behind the books.
Believe you, if she shows up, nobody's even gonna know I'm there, man.
You know what? If she shows up, they're not going to know I'm there either. So I'm Mike Marino. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Remember, make America Italian again. You don't know nothing, you didn't see nothing, you don't say nothing. And remember what I always tell you, don't take no shit from nobody. Hey, folks, I hope you're enjoying watching my podcast live from my mother's basement. We're having a lot of fun, and I'm going to have a lot of great guests on the show in the future. So if you like it, hit like. You could also leave a comment. You could subscribe to my YouTube channel and watch other funny videos. And you could also listen to my podcast on your favorite podcast app like Spotify and iTunes.